player not in the Hall of Fame, Cliff Branch.
What's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say Cliff Branch?
Speed.
Speed.
Speed. Total speed.
As they too found that on the gridiron highway, speed does kill.
I think Cliff Branch was a game-changing kind of receiver. He was a guy that didn't catch an extremely high volume of passes, but for a team like the Raiders, who relied really on the vertical game, I mean, they were a deep ball throwing team, and you needed a big deep ball threat. I mean, Branch that's exactly what he was.
Cliff Branch was a deep threat before there were real deep threats. In an era where you didn't throw deep and you didn't try to stretch the defense. Only the Raiders did.
Cliff Branch was one of the first guys who could go out there to just stretch the defense. He was one of the guys that they feared the most. I know Al Davis always talked about that the player that the defenses always fear the most. It was Cliff Branch.
Watch the track. Here comes the rush, but he has time. He's going on a deep bomb to Branch. Makes the catch of the play, and the first down of Super Bowl 18 has been downloaded. Watch it back. Throwing. Way up the field. Branch plenty of room. Makes the catch at the 35. He's going all the way. 99 yards. Touchdown Raiders. Holy Toledo.
You see how good he was, and what an impact he had on one of the game's most dynamic offenses. I think you can make a very strong case for him as a Hall of Famer.
Branch averaged an astonishing 24.2 yards per catch and 79 receiving yards per game in 1976. But it was another number that made him a trendsetter amongst his peers.
He wasn't just a blazer running, but he was a trailblazer because he wore that 21. 21, cool.
The minute they see that 2-1, it's Cliff Branch. Like, he had that identifiable of a number. It's like 17 for Harold Carmichael, 00 for Ken Burrow. I mean, to me, it's iconic.
I don't think that enough receivers wear number 21 or anything like that. I think that's a rule that needs to be changed in the NFL. But he definitely needs to be in it. He was there with two different quarterbacks, catching all those touchdowns, huge part of those teams.
Throwing a deep bomb, going to Branch against Livers. Livers knocks it down. Branch catches it. Touchdown Raiders.
Why does Swan make it and Branch is out?
It's your fault. It's your fault. It's NFL Films' fault. Because you've shown those Lynn Swan catches from Super Bowl 10 how many times?
And Swan beats the defensive back. Clark Washington on a great play. Gets the rush. He throws over the middle. And the ball is Lynn Swan.
Cliff Branch, though, was a more consistent player than Lynn Swan, and he was a scarier player, I guarantee you, to defensive backs than Lynn Swan.
Cliff Branch moves. Goodbye.
I think that's a fair comparison when you look at Cliff Branch and Lynn Swan. And if Lynn Swan still got in with John Stallworth being really the better receiver, then why shouldn't Cliff Branch have a legitimate argument to get in, even though Fred Biletnikoff is on the other side? And Cliff Branch has championships as well. It's a good argument. You stumped me there a little bit there. That's a good comparison, eh? And maybe Cliff Branch gets in.